It seemed like any other day as rugged Marine Lieutenant Rowley McManley swung his legs off his bunk and onto the floor of his small officer's quarters bedroom. The lieutenant rubbed the sleep out of his eyes and went into the adjoining private head to pee. He carefully slid the frothy little girl's romper panties he was wearing down his smooth-shaven legs and undid the pink bow that was tied around his member, then sat to pee. As he sat there he looked in the mirror over the sink and gave a start at a strange sight. It was a note written in lipstick that was as horrifying as it was short. It read, "We know." Know what, for heaven's sake? Rowley's mind raced. He recounted the night before. It was a little hazy. He doesn't usually get that drunk, but it was payday and he had been having a tough time lately with the hard-ass colonel. He was drinking with some woman Marines he met that night at the officers' club. He remembered dropping his cover under the table and using that as an excuse to look up their dress. He remembered dancing and dancing. He remembered making some unsuccessful passes. But he didn't remember much after that. The lieutenant finished his business and hurried out of the head and started to get ready for another day with the mind-numb colonel. He removed his pretty little panties, tinkle ribbon, the pacifier that was hanging around his neck, and the little pink barrette that was clipped to his hair and carried it to his false-bottomed footlocker to hide them for the day. To his horror, the footlocker was unlocked and open. He never left it unlocked because he was paranoid his little secret would be discovered. With his heart pounding, Rowley looked inside and saw that the false bottom was open and his little dainty feminine things were displaced and riffled about as if someone had searched it. It could have been himself. He was drunk enough to have been that lax, but the message on the mirror. Robin quickly grabbed his gold-cased tube of lipstick from its hiding place and opened it up as he hurried back to the mirror. The color didn't match, so a still slightly befuddled and hungover lieutenant heaved a big sigh of relief. He even enjoyed 3 seconds of blessed calm, that is until he realized that there had to have been someone in his room last night, and the false bottom was open for anybody to see. Someone was here and they left him a message telling him that his secret was out. Oh. Rowley studied the handwriting to see if he could recognize it. It was in a woman's script, and it was not from any hand he could recognize. We know, it was at least 2 people, probably both women. He hoped it was 2 women. Oh God, what if we meant the colonel was in on this? He would be court-martialed at the very least. That bastard would run him out of the Corps if he could, and he would make it as humiliating as he possibly could. If Rowley could turn back the clock, he would never have told the hilarious story last year about the colonel caught in the act. Sure, it was a funny story, but the colonel was standing just outside the officer club door as the incautious lieutenant shouted it out for all to hear. His life on the base has been hell ever since. The nervous lieutenant showered, shaved and dressed for duty, then left for the mess hall for breakfast. Oh, please let this day end happily, he chanted over and over in his mind as he walked to the mess hall.